any other product in the product line right now is made specifically for smaller organizations who want an all-in-one package that allows them to transform their business across all of those functional domains in an easy to adopt, easy to manage, and very cost-effective service. And so we're super excited about it, and I'm more excited to have Ken Kelly, who's going to come out in a second, and talk to me about what they're doing with Dynamics 365 Business Central. Small company, family business. Come on out, Ken. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. So Ken and I spent some time together yesterday. Really cool story. So tell me about your business.
Sure. So we are a small family roofing company in Southwest Florida. And we started this journey back in 2013. And today we're about 265 employees, still servicing the same territory, but obviously at a much better scale.
Got it. And so you told me a story about your father who was running the business, and you took over after he had an accident. And you had an epiphany at some point that you wanted to do things differently. Talk about that journey you went on.
Sure. A few weeks out of high school, I watched my father fall off a roof in front of me and crush both of his wrists as he was trying to break his fall. He has since recovered, but it allowed me to thrust right into the family business. And I realized that in an old school industry, we really needed to revamp it in order to continue to survive and even thrive. And that journey was actually thrust on us from our customers. See, we believe there was a fundamental shift in the way customers communicate and what they expected from us. It used to be we would just tell them we would arrive in the morning or in the afternoon. And all of a sudden, customers started expecting more of a down-to-the-minute type arrival time. And we knew that if we didn't change, we weren't going to survive.
Got it. And so how did you do that? How did you go through this change? What were the systems that you implemented? What were the processes that you impacted?
It started with Office 365 and getting everything up into the cloud so that we as a small business could cut down on our IT costs and ensure that we had that uptime. Next, we rolled in the Dynamics platform, typically with sales, and we started to roll out and automate much of our business processes. See, the idea for us was to be able to expand when we needed to. We needed to be elastic because, as you know, in Florida, we get hurricanes. And all of a sudden, our business goes from very small to very large. And what's great about the systems that we have in place is it doesn't matter if we have one customer or 20,000 customers at a time. The software just continues to expand, and it allows each of our employees to effectively be more efficient in what they do.
Yeah, and so you were talking to me backstage, actually. I think one of the metrics that you track is revenue per employee, and you guys have way sort of over-executed what's the norm for your industry. What's been the most surprising thing for you on this journey?
Well, I would say there's probably two really big surprises. The first one is from our customers. It's really neat that being a small family business, you have customers that come to you and say, hey, do you service all 50 states? They really think we're a national organization because of the professionalism we're able to deliver through our software integration. The next thing is employees. You know, we're all going through a labor shortage throughout the whole country, and finding talent is really important. In our organization, to be able to walk out of a meeting today and in 2 or 3 days have an idea that was brought up, put into production, and all of a sudden the organization is leveraging that, really helps to foster a great culture. People feel as though they're empowered. Their words matter, and they can immediately see the difference that they're making.
Great. Thank you so much, Ken.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you coming out.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to shift to demos now. We've got Errol. Come on out, Errol. He's going to demonstrate Business Central and specifically how Kelly Roofing is using the product to transform their business.
All right. Thanks, James. Awesome. Well, the Kelly Roofing story truly is an amazing story of digital transformation for a small, medium-sized business. And what they needed to do is sort of three things. The first thing that they wanted to do is connect their on-site installers with their accounting staff. The second thing that they wanted to do was increase productivity with their accounting staff because they were quickly growing and they didn't want to grow their accounting staff at the same time. And the third thing that they wanted to do was really drive their business forward with intelligent insights into their business. So let's take a look at how they did that. The first area was around connecting on-site installers with accounting. This is a real scenario that Ken and team use. In the situation is that they're on-site, they're doing the job, and somebody accidentally runs over a mailbox. And so what happens is the customer has a receipt. They just go out and buy their own mailbox. They have a receipt, and they want immediate action. So what the people on site are able to do via a Power App that was created in a matter of hours is, first of all, this solution looks at where they're physically located and it suggests the customer to work on. And at the same time, I can take a picture of the receipt, take a picture of what happened on the job, and then enter in the information necessary in order to create a request for a credit on the customer's account. So literally it takes me a minute to do something like that, versus what was happening is taking the receipt, throwing it in the back of the truck. Maybe it got to accounting in a day or so. Maybe it got entered into the system. We took care of it right here in seconds. So the second area that they wanted to concentrate on was how the accounting team could be more productive. And what they saw was they were spending a lot of time responding to vendor and customer requests via email. And so I'm going to show you a couple of situations that really allowed them to be more productive. And that is Business Central infused in their Outlook client. So an email from a vendor can be acted on directly in Outlook instead of going somewhere else, authenticating, looking up information, and the time that it takes to do that. So what this is a purchase invoice with an attached PDF that I can literally in seconds send to an OCR service that automatically generates that as a purchase invoice in my accounting solution, all from the Outlook client. I didn't have to go anywhere else. At the same time, customer inquiries are really easy to take care of, again, in the context of where it happens, which is an email from a customer that's requesting information about what they owe. I can see the past due amount. I can see all of the transactions that have happened on this customer in historical information. And again, in a matter of clicks, I can send out an open entry document via PDF to the customer so that they know exactly what's owed and the dollar amount and what makes up that dollar amount. It provides tremendous productivity gains in the context of Outlook. So here's that request for credit approval that we got from the on-site person. And one of the things that they requested to do to be more productive again is once that's submitted, to share that information across the accounting team. And the way that they do that is using Microsoft Teams so that everybody in accounting is aware of what's happening. Just to summarize now what physically happened there, from the Power App, on site, created a credit request. It went into an approval process. I was able to approve that, and that shared to all of the accounting team what's happened. The final thing that they wanted to work on was intelligent insights. Now, Dynamics 365 Business Central, first of all, the user interface is beautiful. I've had customers tell me this solution is just huggable. Really, they have. It provides me insight on specific things that I want it to very readily, quick action items, but we have delivered intelligence in areas that make sense for small, medium-sized businesses. The saying, cash is king, truly is a saying for a reason. And we give intelligence around your cash flow so that you can drive your business forward. At the same time, with the capabilities of embedded Power BI and Business Central, Kelly Roofing was really able to make decisions to drive their business. As Ken said, prior to delivering Business Central within their organization, they were running their business as if they were driving a car only using the rear view mirror. I thought that was a great analogy. The final thing that Kelly Roofing was having a big problem with was around their inventory replenishment because they didn't have the necessary information at their disposal. And so what Business Central allows them to do through intelligent insights is to look at their inventory forecast. So this is using a service that looks at historical information, on-order information, and it surfaces exactly what's going to happen with my inventory if I do nothing. But taking action is the key. So we can generate a purchase order off of this information automatically. It suggests the quantities to order, and it also suggests other items that you normally buy from the same vendor to add to this document. So again, literally in seconds, with this insight at my disposal, I quickly generated a purchase order that is inclusive of all my needs because of this inventory forecast. So what you've seen is how Kelly Roofing was able to digitally transform their business using the power of Business Central, enhanced and infused inside of Outlook 365, and using the Power Platform of Power Apps, Flow, and Power BI to really drive their business forward. Thank you.